Welcome to Flash Tutorial Request 31 Global Destinations Part 3. It's a follow-up to Part 2, which I have opened on my computer now. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact me at flashthingy@hotmail.com. Make sure all the layers are locked. Select frame 1 of the actions layer and remove these two forward slashes. I want to do these on all my 4 cities. So see this little thing here? Click on this. This is this action script frame 1. There's frame 10, which I believe is Paris. There's frame 20, which I know is Cairo. And frame 30 is OK. Close that back up. Go back to the main timeline. Click on this Montreal folder and open it up. And right here, in line with Paris, draw down in one sweep like that and insert keyframes. What we want to do is take these airplanes off the stage when they're not needed, so we don't have a whole bunch of airplanes flying around. Make sure you unlock those 3 only, and be sure that make sure all the layers were locked first, then unlock Paris, Cairo, there. Pull this up, make the stage 25%, put it down there, and pick those planes and drag them all up there out of the way, get them high. You want them at least the distance of the stage here so they don't get in the way. Lock that layer. Close that Montreal. Open Paris. I have to move this down a little bit. Click right in line with Paris. All in one motion. Insert keyframe. And Cairo. Right in line with Cairo. You can see this red line keeps us in place. Right click, insert keyframe. Now, make sure, lock them all again, unlock. It's safer to do that than to move something you don't know you're moving. Select these all in one motion, and using your arrow key, bring that right up. Do the same for here. Moving the arrow key, make sure it's selected. I can see a little cross. And that's that one done. Make sure all the layers are locked. I know I locked them. I'm closing Paris, opening Cairo. I'll pull this down a little more. I want a line here for Cairo. Insert keyframe. I want a line here for Cairo. Insert keyframe. These ones I want to move off the stage. Montreal, Perth, Paris. Select them. There they are. Bring them way up to the other one there. And select these ones. A lot of repetition, but it's by the time I turn it off and come back on, just about the same amount of time for me. Lock all layers. Close the Cairo, open the Perth folder. I have my playhead in line with Perth. Selecting these 3. Make sure you only select these 3. Unlock Montreal, Paris, and Cairo. Insert keyframes. Want to leave this like it is. Over here, select these 3. Highlight the Perth planes and using your arrow keys, get them all the way up, way off the stage. Let's test this out. It's going to stop at the Montreal one. And Paris goes there, and one goes here. Nothing can go to Montreal. Open the Actions panel. Open this little thing on the side. Now, I want to bypass this Montreal section, so 2 forward slashes. Now test it out. We're going to jump right to Paris working. So center plane from Paris to Montreal to Cairo to Perth. They all seem to work. Actions panel. Go to here. This is the Paris one. We want to jump bypass Paris. Frame 10. You know you're on frame 10 because it says here 2 forward slashes. Test movie. Now Cairo is the one we can send play things from. And that works. You can send them all at this point in our project. And let's go to 20. Allow us to jump right to Perth. From Perth, from Perth, from Perth. From Perth. They seem to work. But see, we gotta fix this because every time I click it, it wants to start over. So, that's pretty good. Make sure all your layers are locked. Close this Perth if you haven't already. Unlock the buttons layer, this C buttons layer. And select frame 1. Highlight here, open properties panel, and you can see I selected the Montreal button, and I want to write down its x-axis. In my case, it's 191.65. I then want to highlight this one, which is the Paris button, and mine is 367.6. I then want to do the Cairo. Make sure up here I got the right one. 361.6, and the Perth 553.55. Now yours are going to be different for sure. Make sure all your layers are locked. Open frame 1 of the actions layer, and right after the stop, put 2 enters. Type in this code. This is the code that we just, those parameters we just got from those buttons. Montreal underscore BTN period X equals, and then write in what you had. Copy that if you want. Paste it, but doesn't matter how you do it. But you end up with a Montreal button, Paris button, Cairo button, and Perth button, and that's their X axes. Open up the extended actions panel here. Copy that 4 bits of information. This is frame 1. Do frame 10. Enter, paste, enter. I like to have spaces. Enter, paste, enter, paste, enter. Close that panel. Open the library panel. Select Cairo to Montreal movie clip. Click off to the side here. Go to the end of the timeline after that and insert a blank keyframe. See where it is there. Open the actions panel. Type. Movie clip, capital M, capital C, turns blue. Open bracket, parent, P-A-R-E-N-T, close bracket, period. Go to and stop, small g, small t, capital A, capital S, turns blue. Open bracket, quotation mark, Montreal, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon. This should turn green. That's the frames of the Montreal frames to allow us to go back to Montreal frame after we clicked Fly to Montreal from Cairo. Copy that. Go back to the library panel. Go down and find the next something to Montreal, which would be Paris to Montreal. Open it up. There it is there. Insert a blank keyframe. Open the actions panel. Paste it in. And open the back to the library panel, and there should be a Perth to Montreal. I have to just click off the side here. Insert blank keyframe and paste that in. It's still copied. Now let's open the library panel and do things to Paris. So in this case, Cairo to Paris. So I'll do this one with you. Main timeline, click off to the side. At the end of it here, insert blank keyframe. Open the panel, paste it in, but change Montreal to Paris. Now copy this. Open the library panel, and it tells you where you were. We want Montreal to Paris. Insert a blank keyframe. Open the Actions panel, paste it in, and we have a Perth to Paris. Make sure it's blank keyframe. Now, make sure you do the other ones, the ones to Cairo and the ones to Perth. I'll get them done and get back to you. My last one I did was the Paris to Perth. I'm going to open this panel, and to make an easy way to check to make sure you have them all done, and you should do that, is when you open this panel, if you're going to have all these movie clips, Montreal to Paris and all these, open them up one at a time. And in my case, there's only 2 frames that I'm using. This is the stop frame, and this is the frame. And you see where it says Montreal to Paris? That should be Paris. So that one's good. If I open this one up, this should say Cairo, Montreal to Cairo. If I click this one, it says Cairo. Open this one up, click this frame, this should be going to Perth. For example, if I go down here, this one says it's going to Perth on this frame, and this one says Perth. So you should go through all them. Make sure you close them off when you're finished. It makes it cleaner to look at. And also, you may have a whole bunch of these opened up when you finish. Right click, and if you do have a whole bunch, right click and say close all scripts, and it will close them off for you except the one you're on. So now let's test this. And we should be able to bounce from town to town. Montreal is where we start. We should be able to go to Paris. Let's go down to Perth from Paris. Back to Paris. Over to Montreal. So that is working so far. Let's go back to the main timeline for a minute. Scene 1, and open the Actions layer 1. And when we're here, we don't want Montreal's button to be on when we're on that frame for Montreal, frame 1. So here, put 900 and copy that 900. And we can go here, open this Actions panel. That was this one here. Let's go to frame 10, and this is Paris. Paste in here 900. Go to this 20, paste in Cairo 900. And 30, paste in Perth 900. Let's just test this right quick to see what the difference is here. And you can see the button, there's no button because that's where we're starting on Montreal. When I press Paris and it lands, I can't press Paris. Now I want you to notice something if it comes up yet. Watch this airplane. That one was alright. Let's go here. And somewhere around here this will disappear. And that's because the other movie clips are still going on, and what we have to do is stop those other movie clips from making that airplane disappear. And if you don't really understand that, there's really no problem. Let's just continue. think you could rectify the problem if you made all the plain movie clips, like from Cairo to those ones, if you made them all the exact number of time frames on the timelines, on their timelines, it would work. But we're going to do something better than that. Open the library. Start with the first of our plain movie clips, as I call them. Lock the layers. Select the plain layer. Insert a layer. And select this frame right here, the end one again. Insert a blank keyframe. And you can call this frame number, FRMNUM, frame number. And highlight that last frame. Open the properties panel, and we're going to give this a name, end, E-N-D. Let's just try copying this layer. Copy the layer. Open the library panel, go to the next one down. Make sure the layers are locked. Select the plain layer, right click, paste layer. Click on that one frame, get the fuzzy square, drag it down to there, click here, all in one motion, and remove those frames. Go to the next one. I'll do a couple with you. Lock the layer, select the plane, right click, paste layer. This one's alright. And I'll do one more with you. Got those three done. Montreal to Cairo. Lock the layer, right click on the bottom, paste layer. Right click, fuzzy square, drag it over, and remove frames. Now, do that for all your movie clips, and I'll get back. I'm on this one here, which is my Montreal to Perth, and when I paste it in, it's short, so I have to go the other way. Click on it, fuzzy square, and drag it up. I'm sure you already figured that out. I have mine done. I'm going to go back to the main timeline, and now I'm going to write the code that works with that word end. Open the actions panel, and right in here, when we press the Paris button, we want to make sure those other planes, we only want this here movie clip, Montreal to Paris, to work in this part. So right here, type in this code, type, and it says Cairo to Paris _MC, period, go to and play, open bracket, quotation end, close quotations, close bracket, semicolon. Copy that, paste it in, and change Cairo to Perth. So now you have Perth to Paris, and this, when I press this button, only the Montreal plane will actually work, because the other one will jump right to that end where there's nothing. Let's copy this. Go down to the next button, right after this, this semicolon, insert a line and paste it in. Now this is the Montreal to Cairo's, so you need to make a Paris to Cairo and a Perth to Cairo. So however you do that, what I'm going to do is this. Cut this, paste it, cut, and paste. So doesn't matter how you go about getting that, as long as you have two different cities than what you have here. And I need to Cairo, so I'm going to copy that, click copy, and paste it in here. Copy all this, those two lines, right click copy, come down to the next button. Right after this line, put an enter, paste it in. Here it's going to be to Perth. I need a Paris to Perth, so I'm just going to put Perth in here. And I need a Cairo to Perth. I'm going to cut that, put it here, and cut that and put it here. Now, however you do it, as long as these two are not the same as this. Copy this. I'm going to go back to the main timeline. Select frame 10. The end of this line, enter, paste. And these are going to be to Montreal. I need to make this Perth to Montreal. And I need this one to be Cairo to Montreal. So I'm going to copy Montreal and paste it in. Now I'm going to do all the rest, and then I'll get back and show you what I did. I have them all done, and what I think you should do is, again, is open this panel up and frame 1 and just quickly look down. Here I have a Montreal to Paris, and then I have the other two to Paris. That's good. Here I have Montreal to Cairo and the other two to Cairo. And here I have Montreal to Perth and the other two to Perth. And you could do the same here and here and here. And I suggest you check them out before you go any further. Let's test it out. And if I press Paris, it flies to Paris. And Perth is good. And here was the problem here. When this one got about here, it disappeared, or because it's so long. And we've rectified that. That's more than enough for this video. There's going to have to be a part 4. I didn't want to do another part, but there's a lot to be cleared up. It'll be Flash Tutorial Request 32. Global Destination Part 4. If you plan on going that far, make sure you save this FLA. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.